What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Talk with Flea. Now, look, me and my partner, Sen City, my man PT and Larry, of course, we tackle a lot of topics, whether it's sports, whether it's cultural shit, and we're very entertaining, but we also want to be informative. So today I brought in two of Las Vegas' finest dentists, and I want them to introduce themselves. Who do we have with us today?
Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Lulu Tang, dentist and owner in Las Vegas, Nevada, originally from Portland, and thank you for having us on the show.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for joining us last minute.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Dr. Bianca Valayo. I'm a dentist, a business owner. I'm a mom. I'm originally from New York, and I've been in Vegas for 10 years now.
Oh, that's what's up. Now, listen, these ladies are the best dentists in the state of Nevada, if not the West Coast alone. So that's why I brought them on the show. I wanted to start off asking questions, but my man Sen City wanted to lead off. Sen, meet the lovely doctors that I have in the building.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? I got a lot of questions for y'all. All right, the first question
I got a lot of questions about your shower cap, too.
Oh, yeah, that's for hygiene. We in surgery. You got to get like a teeth cleaning every 6 months. I mean, I don't go every 6 months, but I try to make it at least every 8 months. But when you have dentures and you need a teeth cleaning, do you go in with the dentures and be there, or can you like drop them off at the front desk and then come back when they clean? Like, do you have to?
So if you have
trying to learn.
Yeah, no, great question. I mean, honestly, I'm going to preface this whole conversation by saying we like to think like we're the Planet Fitness of dentistry. It's a no judgment zone. So all questions are good. If you have dentures, false teeth, like we do recommend you still come in because we need to do an oral cancer screening. We're checking the fit. We can clean your dentures, clean your teeth, but there's more to an oral exam than just cleaning the teeth itself.
And if it's your real tooth, yes, you got to be in person in the office, in the chair.
So with dentures, I can't just leave them and then come back and get them when I'm ready?
No, and also if we were to clean the dentures, I mean, it only takes like 10 minutes. So might as well stay there, get to know the team, have some water, watch some TV.
And the misconception is if you have, my bad, I didn't hear you say dentures. I thought you said like, can you just drop off your teeth? But dentures, most people think like you ain't got no teeth, so you don't have to go to see the dentist, but that's actually incorrect. We actually look at your whole mouth, your soft and hard tissues. We do an oral cancer screening. Once a year, we might do a panel. We do more things than just look at your teeth and gums.
Yeah. And actually we have the technology, we do 3D x-rays. And so, come into the dentist, we can actually detect if you have any like calcifications in your carotid artery, which puts you at risk for like stroke. Wow. So going to the dentist is more than just the teeth. We can actually try to save your life.
Oh, so when your teeth or dentures is like infected, it could cause something like with the brain?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Well, yes, oral infections like the bacteria that can travel throughout your mouth, and like chronic inflammation. I mean, like that is the root cause of all disease.
Most people think teeth is separate from the body, but we need to start thinking about teeth like organs. Like when we talk about heart disease, when we talk about diabetes, and we talk about all these other chronic health conditions, we also need to think about the same way as teeth are, because it is connected to the rest of your body. There's small blood vessels, we call them capillaries, that are connected to your teeth all the way to the rest of your body. So you have a cavity at first, and you don't know, you don't have pain, because most people don't have pain when they first have cavities, and then it spreads to the rest of the body because it gets bigger and bigger and goes through your tooth, through your bloodstream, can go through to your brain, it can go through your heart. So we call it the mouth-body connection, or other ways people call it the oral systemic link.
You know what? That explains a lot. That explains a lot. Niggas could lose their mind, basically.
I just said that. Yeah, your mind.
Honestly,
I start bugging out.
Yeah.
I wanted to share something I thought that the viewers might really be like, if that doesn't scare you enough, like if you have a male audience, like periodontal disease, so gum disease, oral infections actually associated with erectile dysfunction.
Wow.
Think about it, like chronic inflammation in your mouth, your gums. It's like, imagine you have like running pipes in your house, and if your pipes are clogged, water's not gonna flow.
Yo, Sen, I got a question for them real quick.
Well, hold on, bro. We talking about real teeth, so niggas don't lose their real teeth. We not talking about veneers and that other shit. We talking about real teeth, bro. You got veneers. Hold on. We'll get to the veneers. Hold on.
Veneers are still important, but yeah, let's circle back to that too.
And veneers, like, he still has his real teeth, actually.
So niggas put me on the back burner. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
We got you.
So wait. So is there like with all the things that you're doing at the office to make sure this and that is not happening? Is there like a home kit for dentures that you could do yourself to make sure everything is okay? Is there a home kit?
Well, like you were talking about keeping it clean. So with my patients who have dentures, we still want them to clean their tongue. So you still should be using a toothbrush, mouthwash, tongue scraper. There's a lot of things that can still collect in your mouth. When you're talking about keeping the dentures clean, there's denture cleaners, there's denture toothbrushes. You are not supposed to be sleeping with your dentures because dentures can harbor bacteria. When you go to sleep, your saliva flow decreases. So having that dry mouth will increase the bacterial growth. So
yeah, fungus can grow in the mouth too. So, I don't like any DIY dentistry. Obviously, what you do at home matters every day, but still come to the dentist at least once or twice a year if you have dentures.
I was going to ask you about, like, when you go to sleep, do you still, because rest in peace to my aunt, but she used to put them in like a little glass jar on the night table when she goes to sleep, and I ain't like that. So I was saying, like, with people with dentures, do you still have to put them in that little glass cup? Like,
you know what? Like, I totally get you. That's like, it's not sexy is what you're trying to say. So what I get it. Some spouses, they're too afraid to, or partners, they don't want to take off their dentures or teeth in front of their loved ones. So they actually go to sleep with their dentures. And what I tell them is like, listen, if it's okay to sleep with them, but make sure you take them out at some point during the day to clean thoroughly underneath, around. So you can't wear them 24/7, 365. That's when I said all that bacterial infections. So, take that for what you want.
I was going to say, like, no disrespect to people who are wearing dentures, because like that happens in my family too, which is why I'm very passionate about telling people about gum disease and how to keep healthy, because it has happened in my own family. So yeah, I always remembered my mom with fake teeth, and I'm glad your aunt is taking it out of her mouth and putting it on the side of the bed if that's where she decides to keep it.
I got a question for both of y'all. Would y'all talk to a guy that wears dentures?
I mean, if the dentures are good, you wouldn't know that. I mean, we're both taken, so we wouldn't have that issue right now.
So biased, honestly, so biased. I will put a plug for this. It is it's not always like, just because we get older doesn't mean you have to go into dentures. I think that's a common misconception. Patients think like, we're gonna all end up losing our teeth. That's not true. Periodontal disease, so it's like advanced gum disease, left untreated over many years, is the number one leading cause for tooth loss. So my best advice is like, because we're young, so hopefully people our age aren't like in dentures just yet, and if you do have periodontal disease, we're creating like good habits to prevent getting there. So,
and honestly, like, there's implants where you can keep the dentures in, so there's different options. So that is like a loaded question.
If you guys' boyfriends ended up with dentures, would you like it? That's what he's trying to say.
I would not let that happen.
Yeah, and I would do implant supported teeth.
Okay.
So I wouldn't even call it a denture. It's called All on X. It's like, you see those commercials, teeth in a day, implants. So then they wake up with teeth. They go to bed with teeth. So there are better solutions than like grandma's dentures that we're used to talking about.
Not because people's teeth are falling out their mouth at an alarming rate. So that's good to know. Yeah. Sorry, Sen, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, there's options.
Yes, okay.
No, when she was talking about a guy that she talks to or whatever, and he needed dentures, would you do it for free? That work that you just said that's needed, would you do it for free?
If it was my mans I'm in love with, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Like, because if we fell in love before the dentures happen, I'll do whatever I need to do to make him healthy. How's that?
Good, that's great.
That's her man. She gonna stand by him. Yeah, I'm the same.
He said for better, for worse,
Right.
Because like Kim said, people are losing teeth at a young age, and it's going
Not just
around.
young, it's an alarming rate, like in the middle of conversations, but my bad, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm starting to see people lose teeth. Is it because of the
Sorry.
Are we missing the joke?
No, but we know niggas who teeth just be falling out. So I don't know.
They just falling out of their mouth.
Let's talk about
They didn't even have like trauma. Like they're not.
No, they're in the middle of a conversation, and then they be like, "Yo,
it's a plastic tooth." Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Literally.
Okay. So then they need to start looking at implants, right? So if we're talking about their stuff is falling out.
Seriously, like.
Sorry, I don't want to laugh.
No, we don't want to have to. No, what I'm saying is, we don't want y'all to miss that we're just laughing because it's not y'all. It's a few people in mid-conversation, and they try to, so that's why we.
Well, here's the problem is that the best treatment for missing teeth is implants. Unfortunately, a lot of people cannot afford.
They're expensive.
Exactly, and not all insurances
and
cover
not to cut you off, Lou, it was something you said, and I want you to finish. Where you said, when Sen was asked you about dentures, you could sew the dentures in?
Yeah, so
That's
nowadays, the standard of care for teeth replacement is implants. So an implant is like a titanium screw that goes into the bone, and then now all the teeth can sit on the implants.
So like snap in
or screwed in.
Right, okay, gotcha. But finish what you said. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, not at all. Okay. I feel like everything we talked about was aligned with what we was talking about. But like if you have missing teeth, as dentists, we will always provide you the best option, which is an implant first.
Gotcha. I think actually we should just take it a step back because we did bring a visual.
Yeah, please show us what you have here.
All right.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people think that you brush and floss your teeth, that you will be fine, right? This is why it's important to see a dentist, because we can see things and problems before it happens. So what me and Dr.
Can I see the chart? I know to be showing for the audience.
So me and Dr. Valayo are talking about gum disease, right?
Yes.
So having gum disease is what Dr. Valayo said, the number one reason why we would lose teeth. So people will have like a perfect smile, but don't realize the bone underneath of it is actually deteriorating. So those beautiful white teeth are actually falling apart from underneath of it. Yeah. And so...
And lots of factors affect why patients would have gum disease, right? So gum disease is what causes the gums, the bone to erode. That's why the teeth become loose, okay? So teeth just don't fall out. Like you have to have disease for this to happen. So genetics play a really important role. So honestly, everyone in this room, like our backgrounds, we are at risk. Bacterial. So who you kiss and share saliva with, like if they got, bacteria, bad bacteria, then you're going to have that medication.
Just hold it up so the audience can see.
So this is what can happen over time. If periodontal disease, the gum disease is left untreated, it's eating away at the gums in the bone. You start to see the gum recession, and the tooth is just, that's why you're talking to someone mid-conversation, it could just come out like.
That's why, and just for full transparency, pardon me, we don't want that happening. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, and we appreciate you bringing this on because, like Dr. Tang said, I think so many people think that, oh, my gums bleed, or oh, this gunk is building up on my teeth. This gunk is building up on my teeth. That's normal. Or my breath started to get stinky. Yes, this is how it started. So these are those warning signs. And so we're here to just tell you it's not don't ignore the warning signs. It's important, whether because you want to look good, it's your confidence, it's your health, it's your, intimate life you're trying to keep it good for. We got to go to the dentist and just find a good dentist. We're here to take care of you.
Gotcha.
I got a question. Do you floss with dentures in your mouth, or you hold them in your hand and clean it? How do you floss with dentures?
You can't floss dentures. Or you mean brush?
No, like floss. After you eat, do you floss them?
So the way we make dentures, or the dentists themselves don't make dentures, but we contract with the lab. So there's lab techs who will make the dentures for us. So the teeth are connected. There's nothing to floss in between, but you do need to brush them.
Let me ask, Sen, this ain't about my veneers, all right? I'm going to get back to, because it's gum disease, it's tooth decay, it's a lot of things. This isn't about my veneers, all right? Give me a second. I'll let you chime back in. I just want to stay where they're at, where you were at. Do you have to brush your gums too Like if you have veneers, like
100%.
Right.
And you got to brush your veneers too. So here's the thing is like, you guys may have heard online about veneer.
This nigga's, well, I've got it.
Y'all heard about veneer breath online. Yeah. It's kind of trending. But what it is people think that.
It sounds funny, veneer breath.
Sorry.
I hope I don't got veneer breath.
I didn't smell anything. You're good. You're good.
Makes you.
We didn't smell anything.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But here's the thing is your real teeth are underneath of your veneers, right? So you still got to brush and floss like they're your normal teeth and treat them like your normal teeth and see a dentist. Mm-hmm. But here's what's the problem is that when people are not taking care of it because they think they got this fresh new smile, they leave it alone. Right. But all this bacteria builds up underneath of it. So if we're talking about a veneer over your teeth, there is a gap or area that's collecting bacteria, and that causes the odor, which then can still cause the gum disease.
Or the tooth decay.
Being that y'all in y'all field or whatever, I know y'all not supposed to judge or anything. Like you say, you got family members, they got dentists. But do y'all look at that as like the broke nigga teeth as far as dentures, and the veneers is like a class up?
No, honestly, like, again, I think that's why we're so honored to have the opportunity to address the crowd, because I think there's just a lot of misconceptions. They think like, oh, you know, it's expensive to do the dental work, or I don't have the time, or they think it's not, like I said, it's valuable or important, but then we can still spend money doing other things, right? The shoes, the parties, and I'm like, no, we need to invest in our oral health. So that's all. We just want to like help make it a priority for other people too.
My bad.
No, go ahead. I want you to add on.
I was just saying a lot of it too is their priorities are different, spending money on different things because they don't understand how important their teeth and gums are. So again, we love that you care about the informative side of your podcast.
Right. Now, the reason why that was a great question, Sen, and great answer from you ladies, we're in the, you know, and pardon me for finding a lack of better word, we live in a nigga society to where everything is, you got on fake shoes, or your bag is fake, or this is fake. And what Sen was saying was that was a kind of a great question, because we'll frown on somebody who can't afford veneers and just has dentures. Like, you broke ass nigga, you can't even afford veneers. That's why your teeth falling out. So I thought that was a great question, Sen, to ask them, because, you know, culturally sometimes we could get ignorant and not know. So I thought great answers and great questions.
Honestly, like, I feel like everybody should experience being broke, because you realize so much more, like, you know, a dollar goes a long way.
Right.
Some people can't afford it. Like, that's the way I grew up. So I think it's important for me to educate other people, especially when they're young, to, again, appreciate this platform to reach a new audience of like the importance of being able to take care of your own health.
And then just talking about the like financial barrier, like thankfully there are so many ways that if you do have dental insurances, like especially if you come to our offices in Vegas, like we work with you, and there are financial plans, and you know, there are loan companies or care credits. So like you can make monthly payments. So I would say like I wouldn't let the finances be the reason you can't get the best treatment.
So you just said that you guys have financing. Have you ever had to repo any
I wish we could, man. You know how many people default on their payments? Like, it makes me so frustrated. But, you know, yeah, no, unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
Well, I understand. That's a great question,
Good question,
Larry.
though.
Yeah.
Hey, don't scam us. Don't, to all my listeners.
Yeah,
so.
like don't be like getting any ideas.
No, we're not going to skip past that quick. So how does that work? You do financing, and then they don't. How do you go through the credit company to get your money back? Like, how does that work with financing your teeth?
Listen, I seen on TikTok the police showed up at somebody's dental office while she was in the chair and had her bib on. Please, yeah.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah, that was a great question, Larry. Guys, son.
All right, if you got dentures and you chip one tooth, do you gotta get the whole set, or can I get like one off of Amazon or something? Can I order one tooth?
We will work with the dental lab. We can do a single tooth denture repair.
So please don't do that. Yeah. But I will say, when we were growing up, we couldn't afford anything. So I did super glue a tooth back in my mom's mouth. I would not recommend that. But sometimes, you know, it is what it is and we get it. But make it to the dentist as soon as you can.
You super glued a tooth in your mom's mouth. How old were you in dentist school practice?
No, I wasn't. It was prior. I would never do that.
Is that how you knew you wanted to be a dentist?
I knew when I was 16 when I had my own oral health transformation, because I grew up really shy, we come from a different country, so we didn't have healthcare. Right. And so just like being embarrassed about my smile and all of that. So having the opportunity to get braces and learning about this.
What was your mother's reaction to Sue? Like, she let you do this?
Yeah, she asked me.
Okay.
Yeah, moms know best.
That's what's up. Go ahead, son. I'm sorry.
What foods, if you have dentures, what foods should you stay away from? Like, because a lot of people like edibles, and a lot of people like to, smoke or whatever. And edibles is sweet. So you mean tell me if I got dentures, I can't enjoy life? Like, I can't eat no sweet edibles? I can't do that?
Well, if you have dentures, that means then you don't have any teeth. If you still have natural teeth in your mouth, that's where like the diet, everything like that really makes a difference. So in terms of dentures, I mean, you can chew what you're comfortable chewing. Sticky, gummy, hard, that can probably damage the denture teeth. But if you like talking about diet for natural teeth, absolutely. You want to avoid foods like high sugar, acidic, what other foods?
Like carbohydrates, anything that's sticky that will stay on your teeth, crackers. But I would say for the dentures, I think most people think, oh, I'll have a set of dentures and keep it for the rest of my life. And that's not the case because your bone is still changing, your gums will change. So the denture never fits the same over time. And so that's why when we see you and you first need to take out your teeth, we're automatically saying, let's get some implants. Because if you have an implant, just like you would get a hip replacement or shoulder replacement, it's made out of titanium. So we would set you up for implants that retain those dentures or click in or whatever they may be screwed in. We have this conversation, but that implant allows your bone to continue to grow because it replaces your root of your teeth. So the jaw thinks, oh, there's a tooth here.
Got you. Sen, real quick while we're on the denture talk, because I see you got mad questions about dentures, which these are all really great questions. And I didn't have this many denture questions, but I want to stay on this. Is there a stronger brand than Polygrip for the dentures to stay in? Or is it something like you guys recommend, like Polygrip is the over-the-counter and you say, yo, no, this is the high?
No,
you
bring up a really, really good question because your concern is like, how do we let this stay in the mouth, right?
Right.
I mean, the end of the day, denture stability is really up to the person's anatomy. If you have like a really high like arch of your mouth, you'll have suction, but like lower dentures will never stick in. That's why we always do a minimum of 2 implants on the bottom so then the dentures can snap. Other than that, I mean, Polygrip, yeah, I mean, they're all the same.
I mean, everyone's going to be different too, because like your tissue is going to be different for each one. So I usually tell people trial and error. There's different brands of Polygrip. There's like the gel one that seems more sticky, but I definitely want to get back on the topic of like people who have their teeth, how to like protect them, how to like save them and keep them.
Got you. Sen, real quick, because PT had a question that he wanted to ask. I see you've been wanting to ask. We'll get back to you in a minute.
I wanted to know, like, there's levels to the dentures. Like, you got low budget dentures and high.
Yeah. So, like, if you're gonna lose all of your teeth, and honestly, again, going back to Dr. Tang, I hope that majority of everyone listening, like, we're never even gonna end up in this conversation, right? Because with good home care, coming to the dentist regularly, my goal is that you go to the grave with all of your teeth. But if for any reason you're in a situation that we have to end up with dentures, there is a low, medium, high. Okay. And so we have what's called conventional, regular upper and lower dentures. That's what Sen was describing. It's just like I said, Auntie's dentures is take them in and out. They have no stability. Like we say 10% chewing function, From there, you get at least 2 implants on the bottom, regular denture on top, maybe 50% chewing function. And like what I was telling you, if my loved one needed to go into full dentures, I would do 4 to 6 implants on top, 4 to 6 implants on the bottom. Those teeth will be screwed in, 90% chewing function.
Gotcha. You got something else to speak? Well, I wanted to ask something real quick. Sen, you got 20 minutes. Come on, let me get a question in, man. How long?
We talking about dentures, bro.
Okay, but there's other things besides dentures, and everything you talk about is legit, bro. I'm not saying it ain't, but goddamn, like 1 or 2, man. Like, can we get 1 or 2 questions in? Because I got a few questions too, even though they answered most of them. Because it wasn't denture related, it's more about tooth decay and gum disease and so on, and so forth. But I want to know. How, like, what's the time limit or how many days you think somebody has to go without brushing their teeth till they start losing shit?
I mean, it's not about the days, I would say. I think it's a lot about their risk factors. Right. So genetics, like, so for example, we can actually do saliva testing in the office, and we found out I'm high risk for inflammatory disease, periodontal disease. So if I like didn't do anything, I'd probably be in dentures in my older age. Habits, right? Do I brush and floss? Like my medications, my diet, like other smoking, things like that. And so, and then the bacterial levels that you acquire over, like I said, kissing, family acquired, just even sharing drinks and sharing straws. So those are those risk factors. So if you have high risk factors, and there is we can test for the bacteria too. There's a super aggressive bacteria that can live in people's mouths, and it's responsible for kids to lose their teeth.
Right.
So it's just
what's the name
factors.
of it?
It's called AA. I wish I could tell you really with the breakdown.
Aggressive actinomyces.
Yeah, something like that. AA. There you go. Look it up.
But also, if you're not brushing your teeth, the cavity can form in a day. So depending on where the cavity forms. So let's take this. All right. Let's say a cavity forms right at the gum line.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point, we cannot save that tooth just because there's a cavity in a very what we call poor prognosis, meaning it's not going to last very long if we try to save it.
Right.
So I would say not brushing your teeth is the problem is cavities more so than the development of gum disease at a rapid rate. But again, depending on risk factors.
Yeah. And I know we sound really morbid, so I do want to just offer a little bit of hope too. Just because you do bad things doesn't mean you're going to end up with dentures, tooth decay. There are good things that can undo the bad stuff, right? Brushing, flossing, fluoride, toothpaste, going to the dentist, eating foods that promote saliva. So apples, celery, drinking milk,
Right. Let me ask you a question. Gum disease or any oral disease, maybe I'm not thinking of any of the right terminologies because this has been very informative. Is any of that contagious?
Yes.
Right.
Cavities are contagious. The gum disease is contagious.
But and not to be rude, and I would never disrespect you, not just oral mouth to mouth, if you're having sex as well.
Yes, but the bacteria that causes gum disease or cavities, they're not going to be living down there.
Got you. Okay. Guys, Sen, I'm sorry.
When you gotta talk like this because you don't want your dentures to fall out, you biting down.
Sen, do you have dentures?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I just know a lot of people that do.
Oh, okay.
So this is for the homies.
This is for the friend.
I'm trying to teach them.
And to be honest with you, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. The questions he's asking is stuff that we have witnessed in the last few months. So his questions are really all legit. It's stuff that we've been watching.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
No, I don't got dentures. That was funny though.
Well, because you had so many questions. I actually didn't know either, so I'm glad that you asked.
Right.
No judgment.
So when you gotta bite down because you don't want your dentures to fall out while you're talking, so you gotta talk with your mouth closed, is that come from laziness and you don't want to put the right glue in? What is that from?
Honestly, I think because the dentures don't fit, right? So most people who are talking like that with their teeth clenched is because the denture don't fit when they open their mouth. It could be that, number one, when we go from a case where it's you got your teeth and we got to take all your teeth out, we do this thing called immediate denture and we guess where your teeth are going to be gone. I would say 90% of the time that denture doesn't fit in a month or two. And so those people may keep their denture and just try to keep it as long as possible, but it doesn't fit and it's moving around when they're talking and chewing, so they have to stay closed.
Mm-hmm. No amount of glue, if it's an ill-fitting denture, is going to make it fit better.
That's what's up.
How many times a day? How many times a day should we brush our teeth?
Minimum twice. Oh, another piece of advice: if you're going to brush your teeth only once a day, brush it before bedtime.
And it's something called the 3-3-3. Is it something I was Googling? 3 minutes after you eat, 3 minutes before bed. It was something that.
Oh, I'll even simplify it for you.
Right.
2-2.
Okay.
Twice a day, 2 minutes a day.
Yo, Nick, my man Nick actually had a question. We're gonna give you 2 more questions, and we want Nick to get ready to come in here and let him ask a question because he said he had a question to ask while the young ladies were here. And you guys have been great. You're my new dentist in Las Vegas. To be honest with you, I usually fly back to New York every other month to go to the dentist. But with the information that you have given me, I trust you now.
Oh, thank you. We're glad. We're glad.
Dang.
Yeah, no, come here.
You're so unprepared.
Nick, what up, baby? You come use my mic right here. Pause. Yeah, I see you. All of us.
We didn't get the scrub memo.
Yeah, don't worry about it, man.
All right, so I'm gonna show you guys a video. A friend of the show have you guys give some advice on what he could do better. So watch this video.
You want a black for what color there? For what color there? For what color there? Hallelujah!
All right.
So thoughts?
I mean,
my heart.
I know. I mean,
Okay.
implants. You need implants.
Yeah.
That's going to
It's
help
gotta be
secure
screwed
the
in.
dentures. Okay, secure the teeth, and that will never happen again.
You need to come see
Trained
one of
experts,
us.
Killer, you know.
Yeah, no, these are my new dentists.
Yeah.
And it saved me 10 hours. I got to fly 5 hours to New York, 5 hours back. And these ladies, from what they had, I was hoping that they didn't have some answers so I could they don't really know. They know everything. They have all the answers, man. So thanks for that question. Very informative. For me, all presentation matters.
Yeah.
Presentation is, you got the worst food, and if you go in a restaurant, you have the worst food in the world. If you got the pictures that look good, I'm gonna go try it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys use Uber Eats or DoorDash or something like that. Sen is old school. He doesn't fuck with that. He thinks it's on gas. But the thing about it is this: the food could be delicious, but if the pictures aren't good, I'm not gonna order from there. And I believe presentation all the way around the board matters from top to bottom. And even like you ladies, when you seen us came in with scrubs, you guys look really, really great. You present yourself really well to where you be like, yo, come on, they look too good to be real doctors. Nah, but what you guys do what you're doing is really informative and educational, and you present yourself well as well. Saying, give them one more question. We gotta get these ladies out of here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to test their expertise. We already know you the best. We heard about y'all, y'all the best. But was there ever a case where somebody came in there and you'd be like, nah, this too crazy, and had to refer them to somebody else? Because I'm a big Dr. Pimple Popper watcher, and sometimes she can't handle it and she got to refer it to somebody else. Did that ever happen to y'all?
Yeah.
I mean, we have specialists that we work with all the time. But we, as general dentists, we can do everything. I love extractions. Same thing. I like the pimple popper thing. So extractions is my thing. We love when we post it. Everybody likes to see these teeth being extracted as well. It's very exhilarating for me. It builds adrenaline rush, and I don't know why, but it builds up my appetite after I take out a tooth.
Yeah, so we have specialists if you need like a root canal, oral surgery, implants, we have them in the office. So thankfully then I can select which cases I want to do. I mean, we live in Vegas, so we get crazies too. So if you're just a little too high maintenance, or I'm like, flight risk, I don't want to touch you, then I can refer that too. Or even just medically complicated, or cases. So those are like the two complicated cases I probably wouldn't touch.
That's what's up. Is there anything else you ladies want anybody to know? First of all, thank you for stopping by, because this was pretty much last minute. When I asked about, let my audience know, when I asked about who were the best dentists in Las Vegas, these two came highly recommended. So if you're in the Las Vegas, Nevada area, where could they find you guys at?
I'm over at Sahara Modern Dentistry, or you can find me on Instagram or TikTok, Dr. Tang.
Yeah, and I'm at Green Valley Smiles Dentistry, and I'm on Instagram, Dr.Bianca Valayo.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. This was very informative, very educational. And your friends of the show, anytime y'all want to come back, some stuff that we need to know, if y'all just want to come hang out, bring your husbands, boyfriends, whoever, y'all been great. And I want to thank you guys for coming last minute. Really appreciate it, doctors.
Thank you. So fun.
We'll be right back with Talk with Flea. What's good? We're still in round one of the Killer Countdown. Today we got J Murder versus O Solo. What's good, fellas?
You already know the five, man. We here for some more.
It's the most electrified. Your father's uncle on your mother's side. What up, Sam?
What's good, baby? So listen.
Everything good.
We're doing one round, just letting the audience know. 2 minutes. The clock starts soon as you start rapping. And it's time to get it, fellas. Anybody got a particular choice you want to go first or second? Do we need to flip a
I
coin?
said, hey, yo, don't be dumb, oh. Or something big Ed with a long nose like Dumbo. Get smoked like Fronto trying to roll up on Jay if you trying to front, oh. I'm the type to bring a tech in through a street fighter, but still show him how I punch, oh. You ever play tech in a street fighter, then how you punch? Nice and neat, though. Don't make me turn this pretty situation to I bendito. You know I'm better. Head tech gonna separate your dome and neck from where your shoulders measure. Leg shot gonna break his ankles like the bone collector. Doctor gonna be grossed out, laughing while they sew him like they don't respect him. Ironically, I got him in stitches while they saying ooh, trying to put O together. Y'all know ooh is a bunch of O's together. You make us laugh, dummy. The class clown was always the class flunky. I give him 2 trays if you that hungry. Get locked nasty, attack ugly. 38 can spit fast like crack money. Or the Nina get put in his face. Then I make you kiss a nigga like Bad Bunny. What is you talking about? Hey, yo, respectfully, you keep it plain and just simple. You didn't age like a pimple. I heard you old niggas used to bite your change back in the day to see if it's real. Have a taste of the nickel. You ain't came on this killer countdown to try to kill a killer. Now your killer countdown. Y'all know my slogan, nigga. I'm done rhyming. Fuck the world, don't get fucked by it, nigga. See mommy.
You fuck with that cam? I don't know.
You got a
You
rap.
pitiful.
You got a
Get 30
rap.
shots into you. To you in critical. I pull up to your visual strap like what it did to do. Don't think shit stink, huh? We spray from neck to knees. Have you feeling yourself like you can't find your keys. If you listen closely, it's always something you can learn from me. We don't put money where our mouth is because silence is currency. It's all fun and games until somebody gets murdered. And since the machine's down, I bought a Big Mac for this cheeseburger. I'm heaven sent. Done killed so many niggas they sent a Mexican. The groundskeeper who doesn't realize the shit he's stepping in. The message sent in Morse code. Your rap books, you should toss those. So before you step foot in the hood, better put your Crocs in sports mode. Ha-ha moment. I bet you never heard this. Your mom's so ugly, she looked up and stopped bird shit. Wanna hear something incredible? The gun ain't registered, which ensures death is inevitable. The same gun I used to bend a block, this shit is flexible. If the beef starts tonight, we ending it tomorrow. Leave your head in the clouds and have you swimming with the stars. We don't tongue wrestle or play talk. I'm from Irvington, by the way north. And I got the green light to murder wherever Jay walks. Time.
And we back, man. Yo, listen, man, you had some great questions today. Like, yo, Sen, Larry, I mean, Sen, he did a good job.
Sen wasn't playing, champ.
Yeah, man, did a good job, man.
Well, the first question, why you still got the scrubs on, bro? It's over.
Anti-cavity club, man. Shit ain't never over. Nigga gets sting. They said it only take a half a day, sting mouth. Nigga. Listen, man. Yo, nigga ain't never over, man. It feels necessary to this feels like this is necessary for the rest of the day, to be totally honest with you, after hearing the shit that I heard. I didn't know that when your teeth ain't right, that you start losing your mind. You know, yeah, made a lot of sense. Yeah, man.
Yo, I got
my bad. Sorry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yo, oh Lord. I heard DJ Envy, shout out to the whole Breakfast Club. I heard DJ Envy say a long time ago, y'all had like a back and forth over a song he played, I guess, too early, and you had somebody call him, and he said he was saying to them, "Well, tell Kim, whatever, it's whatever." And then you called them like, "Oh, word, it's whatever." What was that song that he played that had you react like that?
To be honest with you, I don't even remember the name of the song, but I do remember that it was during the era of course, for the younger generation, it was no internet, of course. And it was a big deal because artists used to get mad if their album got leaked because they thought it would affect album sales. So nobody wanted their music getting out early. And when you go to, everybody didn't have a home studio then. So sometime when you go rent a studio to Hit Factory, Sony Music Studios, so on and so forth, Electric Lady, D&D Studios, these engineers would steal a copy of your music and sell it to DJs. And DJs was like, I got the exclusive or whatever. And this particular situation with DJ Envy, which I'm not proud of, and which I gave him the money back too, as just so you know. At this time, I don't remember the name of the song, but I just basically was saying, if I remember correctly, don't leak the song or don't leak the song. And Envy said kind of what you said. And me and Envy are cool now. I'm not promoting this. You asked me a question. Yeah. So at this time, like I said, shout out to my man Big Joe, me and Big Joe was running around, and Joe went down to Hot 97 because that's where he's working at the time, and we worked it out. Well, we'll just leave it at we worked it out. Some money was exchanged, and as I got older and realized, like, bro, I was bugging, I actually seen Charlemagne, shout out to Charlemagne, the whole Breakfast Club, everybody there, in the gym. We used to go to the same gym. And I said, yo, man, I seen Envy telling that story, man. Like, I don't want to be that person. I said, matter of fact, you wait here because the gym wasn't far from my house. And I went home and I grabbed the $2,000, whatever it was, either $2,000, $2,500, whatever it was, Envy said the price. And I ran home, got the $2,500, ran back and gave it to Charlemagne and said, here, give this to Envy and tell him stop pumping that story, man. That's not a proud moment of me trying to extort a DJ or be tough with a DJ or whatever. And I'm glad that we're friends today, me, Envy, Charlemagne, etc. You gonna say something about that?
Yeah. So, okay, break down the money thing because I don't understand that part.
I didn't, because I didn't really want to.
Okay, never mind.
No, it's cool. Basically, he played the song, said, yo, whatever. And one of my partners I was working with went down there and was like, whatever. He's like, pay us this, and Envy paid us that.
I got you.
And when I got older, I realized, like, come on, that was whack. And whatever he paid us, Envy talked about it. So that money I gave to Charlemagne to give to Envy.
Yeah.
And then I seen Envy and Neiman Marcus like a week after that. And we just talked and laughed about it. But I apologize about that, Envy. I was in a different mind state at that time, very ignorant. And I'm happy we all here today just to tell stories like this and still be cool about it because nobody got hurt. Nobody got robbed, really. And your money went back to you. So,
Did you feel like you was like bootlegged? Like, did you have that attitude? Like, because I remember Tupac used to like beat bootleggers up. Like, a couple of people, artists from the city used to beat bootleggers up. Like, did you feel like you was bootlegged or something?
When Envy played the song?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was bootlegged. Like I said, I don't know if it was bootlegged or if what he said, I don't know, to be honest with you. Like you said, during that era, you got to realize, like I said, this pre-internet, it seems like fucking talking about dinosaurs, how much technology, no, not like that, just how much technology has evolved since this time that's happened. You can put a song out on your phone now. You don't have to necessarily go to the radio. This is when you would hope Funkmaster Flex drops 20 bombs on your song, or you hope DJ Clue plays it, or whoever the top DJs were at that particular time. And if somebody had your album early or your single early, you thought, damn, this is gonna fuck my sales up. This is gonna fuck my sales up. Because it was only one way to get records at that particular time, whether there's a record, a tape, or a CD. You had to go to Tower Records. You had to go to HMV. You had to go to a mom and pop record store to get it. And you're right, and we live in New York. It was bootlegging all over the place. Everywhere was bootlegging in New York. But it just felt like you were taking money out of the artist's pocket at that particular time.
Real quick before I move on to the next question, you mentioned Hit Factory and stuff. Let them know how difficult it was. Like, how much was the Hit Factory hour for people that don't know about, that's just putting out music on their phones now? How much you had to pay an hour in the Hit Factory?
Well, probably it varies. Like a regular room in the Hit Factory, I would say, if I remember correctly, maybe 600 an hour, 700 an hour.
God damn.
If you wanted the Michael Jackson room on the top floor in the Hit Factory, they had the big ass room. They called it the Michael Jackson room because that's where he was recording all the time. I think that was like 1,500 an hour. Shit like that. And you know, some people would want to, like when I was working with unlocked out the Hit Factory for a year. So
damn.
I don't know how much he spent. That's a question I should have asked him when he's on the show. How much money did he spend for that year? He locked out 2 rooms in the Hit Factory for a year. That bill had to be crazy.
That's crazy you brought up. That was my next question. What was the difference between being signed to Undies Entertainment? No, you was on Entertainment,
right,
rather than Roc-A-Fella. Like, because both was moving. Yeah, you know, Lance had his relationships with the artists that was at peak at the time, and then you got Roc-A-Fella artists that are at peak at the time. What was the difference between being signed to those two labels?
Well, Un was building a label at the time. You got to realize I was the only artist that came out on Entertainment. You know, I don't count Undies because I wasn't a part of Little Kim or Junior Mafia, anything like that. I just consider Entertainment a different entity. And he said it was a different entity as well. So I'm the only artist at the time. I'm not saying he didn't have other artists, but it was about building and getting it off the ground. Kind of how, and we were nowhere near that level, but I'm just giving a comparison to where you had Biggie and Puff trying to get Bad Boy off the ground. And I just think that Un wasn't given enough time when it came to Epic. I don't know what his deal was with Epic, how long the deal was supposed to go, how often he's supposed to hear albums in. That was really none of my business. My business was to hear music in. But if you're looking at those situations, I only handed in 1 album. And this was a label still trying to get established. Whatever happened between Un and Epic, we talked about it on the show. You could go back and watch the episode with me and Un if you want to get information on that. As opposed to walking into Roc-A-Fella and they're kind of established already, you got to realize Memphis Bleek is there. Of course, Jay-Z is there. Beanie Siegel is there. They had the producers. Not only that, they had an infrastructure in the building with Def Jam in it. So you have a joint venture between Roc-A-Fella and Def Jam. And not only did Roc-A-Fella have a staff, they had a whole nother staff of Def Jam downstairs. So if Roc-A-Fella is getting stuff done, which they were, and you wanted your partner, you don't have to go across town to talk to your partner. You don't have to say, we're based out of New York and they're based out of LA and we only could get them on the phone. You can walk right down the stairs, take the stairs if you want, and say, okay, Bobby Dash got this going over here at Roc-A-Fella. Let me go to Kaiser. I can go to my nigga Kaiser at Def Jam because he the one who get that shit bumping. Yo, Kaiser, man, yo, da, 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 da. So you had 2 different machines, the label and then the parent company, as opposed to where Un office was in New York. It was on 26th Street, if I'm not believed, but then you had to go to Sony. And I just think that Def Jam and Roc-A-Fella had a better relationship, which ended up turning out better for the artists. But Def Jam was doing them type of deals, those joint venture deals. They were doing deals with Rough Rider at the time, who had DMX, and you see how he prospered. They were doing that kind of deal with Murder Inc. You see how Ja Rule and Ashanti prospered. They was doing that deal at Roc-A-Fella. We all know how Jay-Z prospered and took off and took it somewhere else, but it helped out Memphis Bleek, it helped out Beanie. When you're in the same building on the same accord with your partner who has the button, they used to say push the button, it matters. So I thought that was maybe the biggest difference.
All right. Well, I got to know the Halle Berry story. I heard you tell it in a little bit on It Is What It Is, I think. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Y'all go check it out.
Eastern.
What happened with Halle Berry? How did you meet her? Like, start from scratch.
This nigga here, they go over there for his own personal. I didn't meet Halle Berry. I approached her. I was in LA and we was playing basketball, and this was kind of like, as an artist, my first time going to LA, not as a person. I go to LA all the time in the summer to visit my family who lived in Inglewood. But as an artist, and it was me, Jim Digger, I forget who else was in a 15-passenger van with Holly. We just finished playing ball. And I wanted to get some cash, and I was sweaty, pause, everything. And I'm like, pull over at this ATM. And when I pulled over at the ATM, I'm sticking my car in the ATM, and these niggas is banging on the window. You know how 15 passenger, you can't open the window, you can just open them little things, and they like trying to tell me something through the shit. And they like, yo, yo, yo. So I'm looking at these niggas like, and they pointing, because Holly Berry's right next to me using the other ATM. And I'm like, Holly? I was like, yo, listen, hear me out. And now I'm sweating, no shirt on. I say, listen. She like, no, no, no. I'm like, nah, you gonna hear me out. Listen, Holly. Listen, let me talk to you for a minute. And she started walking past that car, but I'm on her. I'm on her hill. Holly, listen, hear me out, man. Listen, let me tell you something. She jumped in the car, and there was somebody in the passenger seat. It was a guy with his seat laid all the way back. I said, well, listen. Let me get, I had an album come out. Let me give you my promotional tape. And that's when it was still tapes at this time. And I had the promotional tape, Who's Camera On, with like 5, 6 songs on it. And I ran to the van, got the tape, and she rolled the window down this much so I could just slide the tape in. And I dropped the tape off. But the ironic part of that whole story is like probably 4 or 5 years later, after I had a platinum album and I was popping, I was at the American Music Awards after party. I think it was in LA, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, I'm in there, Tyrese is in there, everybody's in there, Nelly's in there. And I remember those two specifically, Tyrese and Nelly, because it was Tyrese, Nelly, kind of in the section, I'm not sure if they's all together, and Lorenz Tate. And they was just congratulating me on the success. And of course, Nelly, I think that was the album he sold on the way to do Diamond. I think it was like at 5-6 million. So we both congratulating each other. And I'm like, yo, man, you know, y'all, everybody doing their thing. I'll see y'all later. And Lorenz Tate said, come here, nigga. I'm like, what's up? Fucking doing your thing, nigga. I said, yo, thank you, man. He said, yeah, you ain't even know that was me laid back in the seat that day with Holly, nigga. You gave her that tape. I said, man, give me that tape. You don't know what to do with this. I said, get the fuck out of here. He said, yeah, so in the ATM, get a couple dollars and all that. I said, yo, that was really you. Because nobody else would know. Yeah, that's me. Doing your thing, nigga. Go ahead. I was like, oh, shit. And that's how that story went.
That's fire.
Yeah, that was fire on Lorenz Tate. It was fire for Lorenz Tate. I ain't get shit to do with Holly. Nothing, man.
Yo, you did Jeezy, Soul Survivor. Y'all kind of did like the paid in full thing in the video. And once again, that's another one of my favorite artists. But what was going on like behind the scenes? There was a lot of people there. I remember you telling me something about Floyd and Zab. Like you was the, you know, like you should have been the, you know, the one that bridged the gap and get the money for it. Like what happened with Floyd and Zab?
Yo, that day was a pretty interesting day. That's a good question. So, you know, actually, you know what's crazy? Me and Lil Wayne was hanging out that day. And Lil Wayne was there. We was driving around, basically me and Lil Wayne. And I was like, I was about not to go to the video because you gotta realize too that I didn't have navigation, none. I couldn't find where the fuck the video was at. I was about to give up on the shit. And I believe that's the first day, if I'm not mistaken, Wayne actually met Jeezy, because I was asking Wayne, because Jeezy was a new artist. And Wayne didn't know him, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Like, Kim, you don't know what you're talking about, but me and Lil Wayne was definitely together that day. But yeah, a lot was going on. BMF was there prior to their incarceration. But yeah, I actually got footage of that. Yo, that'd be dope. At the end of the show, we're going to put the footage up because I know this is the last question because we run out of time. But basically, we shot the video, but Zab and Floyd was on the phone. And I think we got it on tape right after Floyd hung up. And this was prior to their fight as well. And Floyd's like, nigga, I'm going to fuck you up. And Zab was like, get the fuck out of here. You ain't going to fuck me up. And they was talking mega shit in the trailer on the phone with each other. And Zab, I just remember Zab being mad, started shadowboxing like, nigga, I'm gonna fuck this nigga. Watch when I, da-da-da. And then they ended up fighting and Floyd won the fight. That's, it's not really much to talk about, but we could end the show with some of the footage after the phone call ended. Shout out to my man who's actually sent me this footage. But Sen City, we'll see you next week. Larry, we appreciate you. Shout out to the doctors that came through, man. We really appreciate y'all. My man PT, Nick. We'll see you motherfuckers next week. Here goes some of the footage of Zab, Judah, talking shit about Floyd Mayweather right after they got off the phone before they ever fought. See y'all niggas later.
Put it on. Yeah, nigga. Oh! Give me my money, nigga! Give me my money! Yeah! You like smoke, make it again, nigga.
That's when you miss. That's when you miss.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Yeah!
Dang, please this camera.
Tell Dan, get him on through it. Watch how I bitch him. Watch how I bitch the nigga. They keep the fucking cameras on too. Ass nigga, son, watch. Let's talk that pretty boy shit. He don't want none of this hot shit over here. Hot shit. You don't want none of this hot shit over here.
By the way, we're talking about Floyd Mayweather.
Matter of fact,
let's get that clarified. Chris,
I got you on speaker.
Yeah,
this is Zav right here. Tell him how Floyd was talking the other day.
Mayweather said he got you, man. He said he got you. I said, let me see. I don't know if my man Zav having that. He was like, man, I got more $2 million in his life. He got to definitely have a chance. I said, I don't know.
Yo, Dan, listen, tell him my part of the contract is already signed. What's taking him so long? I'm already signed up already. Huh?
I spoke to your father today. He told me that.
My contract is signed. The whole way. I'm gonna start carrying my shit around in my fucking pocket. my part of the contract is signed. The nigga won't sign the contract. He all he is, the nigga bubbled his too much, man.
But you already know.
That nigga's not like, yo, Dan, call the nigga on three-way, son. Get him on three-way right now, son. I can talk to you like a bitch, like he is, man.
Hold on.
Yeah. Get the nigga on three-way, Dave. Nigga ain't no motherfucker. He ain't no killer, man. If he done washed up Gotti, he think he fucking the king right now. Get the fuck out of here. Gotti was a fucking alcoholic dope head ass nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Nigga wouldn't even fight me. You know what I'm saying?
There go that BK shit, nigga.
Yeah, it's on.
No,
Fuck that, nigga. Listen. I'm from the hood, motherfucker. You ain't from the hood, motherfucker.
That nigga was like, nigga said, if I ever lose, I'm just gonna get iced up. Nigga, have a chick ice me down all night.
Who's that, Floyd?
He said, I can get my ass whipped if I do. I'm just getting some.
He gonna need that. Yeah, get the bitch ready now with the buckets of ice, nigga. Get her ready now. Keep it right beside your locker room, nigga. Keep it in the hotel room right there. So as soon as you come in, just jump in that shit. You promise that.
The whole tub? Jump in?
The whole tub, son.
Yo.
Let's leave a message on nigga phone or some shit. Taking it, you know what I'm saying? I want nigga to know it's me talking. Shit. But damn, you know I hate the tick for tack talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to tell nigga to his fucking face, he's a bitch. I already told him to his face already. Nigga talking about let's keep it boxing. Man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I just was trying to tell him because I ain't like the way he was talking about my nigga.
Yeah, nigga.
No, Dame. He said Zab need me to make money. That's what he said.
Fly him in town, Dame, so we can do this shit. We go to 125th and do this shit, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
We go to Gold's Gym.
Yeah, let's do this shit in Harlem, nigga.
We go to Gold's Gym. Make it work. Gold's.
That's sponsor.
Yeah. Huh?
Good.
What? I got him, man. Listen, man, I got the niggas. The niggas good.
You right?
I'm
good. We'll be at. That nigga running around.
HBO want to motherfucking deal for and take the upside of the paper and let's do this shit. They don't want to do that. We want 15. They got some cops. That's all that shit is.
Upside.
They want to give us 10 a pop. He won't take it. So he want 15.
I'm gonna start phoning
Take a
like
deal.
this.
You
I get
know
the
what? The nigga know
upside
this is
pay-per-view.
his last jump off.
Downside?
This is his last jump off.
If you don't know your downside game, you get $2 on TV, nigga. That's it.
Get me in the ring. Take Chubby in the ring. That money, I'm out.
Yo, Dan, get the nigga on the phone. We get the nigga
I'm not even getting knocked out. I'm going in wild. I'm
HBO
chasing nigga with the arm like this.
Right now, the nigga don't want to take it.
I'm chasing nigga with the arm like this. He gonna run, man.
He's a bitch.
I'm out.
Listen, if you think I'm lying, call HBO. You know them niggas right there.
Yeah, we got Zab wilding right now.
Part 2. Club Part 2. I got a credit card, nigga, so I'm gonna max that bitch out tonight, you heard?
Cakes. Me and Zab, boy,
Yeah.
they better go to the liquor store now, man.
I've been trying to get that black shit, but I can't get it yet because they on some bullshit. I got the black shit. I got the Platinum Express, but I can't get the black shit yet, but I'm working on it.
Listen.
I'm working on it. Floyd, let me get that motherfucking money, nigga. Yeah, let me knock you out. Let me get that money, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that black shit, nigga. Yeah.
After you knock Floyd out, black card.
Black all day, nigga. You heard?